Well, hell, boys and girls and submarine race fans. Sorry, I'm all hot and sweaty here. Ow. Gotta get cleaned up so I look pretty for my live stream. Hey kids, Grandpa here. Well, guess what? She purrs like a kitten. That's right. The old Perryman. She cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked. She, like me, she was a little cantankerous this morning. But with fresh fuel and a new filter and oil and hey, Captain Catfish, and a new battery, and making sure I had the throttle level in the right position, and after some trial and errors, she started right up. Now, there is one problem though we discovered, and that she's not getting water flow through her. And I thought maybe it was the impeller, and in fact it might be. But I have impellers on order, and they won't be here till I think Monday or Tuesday, so I may have to wait till then before I run it again. But I also noticed that the you're selling the boat? Hell no, I'm not selling the boat. I just bought the boat. The gate valve, again, on the through hole for the water supply to the engine, they also have a gate valve on that. And it's not flowing any water. You open the handle all one direction, turn all the way the other direction, and it doesn't make any difference. So, and what's odd is the handle actually comes to a place where it stops, then goes the other direction to where it stops. It acts like it's working fine, but no water's coming through. So what I'm going to do here in a little bit after I take a bit of a break, I'm going to disassemble all the plumbing above the gate valve and look down in it as I open it up all the way. And, you know, maybe there's just something in there, bird's nest or something blocking it. Maybe I can just take a long screwdriver or something, poke down through there. So I'm going to play with that, see if that works. If that doesn't work, then they're going to have to, I'm still right where they set me with the lift. They're going to have to lift me up, and I'll have to get a new replacement gate valve. So, yeah, could be a hornet's nest, could be anything in there blocking the water flow. However, that's just nonsense stuff I got to work on. That's not important stuff. The important thing is I got a boat, and my boat floats, and my boat's motor runs. And now, after I finish this, and I'm still loading all my stuff on the boat, the water line is slowly sinking down as I keep adding tonnage. I've got another truckload of stuff yet to bring on board. But then we're going to stick the stick on the top, you know, the pointy thing up there. We're going to stick that on. On Saturday, my schedule, by the way, got all changed. Rhonda can't drive me up on Sunday, and the guy's buying my truck tomorrow morning. Your boat's running. Yes, my boat is running. Well, it's not running at the moment. I turned it off at the moment, but it was running. It runs just fine. Starts right up. A little hard to shut down. I went to go pull the button for the kill switch, and nothing happened. So I quickly jumped down below and went around and looked at it, and guess what? The kill switch ain't connected to anything. It doesn't do nothing. So I had to open up the engine compartment again and hit the throttle lever and backed it off, and that killed it. That slowed it down. It was beginning to heat up, so I wanted to make sure I got it shut down quickly. Well, you better chase it down. Yeah, right? Better swim fast. Better swim fast. Go catch up to my moat. Up to my boat. Oh, man. Wild. Really exciting. So the boat works. The boat floats. The engine works. The rigging all looks, I've got to replace 2 halyards. I mean, really, from an operational standpoint, okay, to get the boat running, I had to buy battery for it. I had to replace 1 gate valve. I may have to replace a second, we'll see, but the gate valve was like $8, so it's not like it's a huge expense. And the boat floats and the engine runs. That's 90% of the battle. Get the mast up and the sails on. The sails, all I understand, are in all pretty good shape. In fact, one of them's brand new, has never even been on the boat. He got it made and then never used it. So still in the bag. All of them are in bags in the guy's garage. I'm going to meet him on tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. The guy's picking up my truck in the morning, paying me, and then my son and grandsons, instead of Rhonda driving me up, my son and grandsons are going to drive me up. We're going to go to the guy I'm buying the boat from and pay him, and then drive up here. And then my son's going to run me around some errands here real quick so I can pick up my generator. And I want to pick up some lumber and materials for some things I want to do, some mods I want to do. I'm going to change the whole steps coming in and out of here. It's just really funky, not necessary, and hard to get up and down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a little wooden staircase that I can just sit and play something I can lift out and sit off to the side, or I can, one piece, pick it up, move it, engine, I can open the engine compartment. Right now I've got this, jigsaw puzzle of boards I have to move, so it's kind of a pain in the neck to get in there. And the bottom board is two pieces of 15-30 seconds plywood screwed together, and that's just not heavy enough material, even with it screwed together, not heavy enough material for my fat ass, and so all the screws are popping in it and stuff. So I'm just going to replace that with a piece of 3/4. If the deck there's a little unlevel, it doesn't bother me. It's right at the point where the quarter bursts meet the stairs, so that's fine. It can be, an extra, 1/8 of an inch thicker. Play somebody over Man Traveler for Miss Lily. Play something over Main Traveler. Oh, yes, I'm going to. If the boat gets away from you like in the movie, we get to call you Forrest. There you go. You can do that. You can do that. Run, Forrest, run. Swim, Carl, swim. Oh, man, what a relief that was to hear it fire up today and get going. What a relief. Wow. That's been something I've really been worrying about, because if it didn't run, I basically have, a rowboat without oars. That's awesome that it started and runs now. Tune it up to get it on par. Heck, actually, there's really nothing to, this Perryman diesel, there's nothing I can do to get it running any better than what it does right now. It's only had 70 hours since it was rebuilt. It had service at 25 hours, which was simply an oil change. And, they checked for leaks. I checked the oil in there. It looked like it was pretty good still, so I just added some to it so it's fresh. I dumped 5 gallons of fresh diesel in the tank, and it fired up. But the water pump is having an issue. And like I said, I ordered impellers. They're going to be here on Monday or Tuesday. I ordered 3 of them, so I'll replace the impeller. Mary want you to check fuel tank and filters for water. May want to check. Yeah, especially where the fuel fill is, because the fuel fill is in the floor of the cockpit. In fact, when I added fuel just now, it ended up being a 1 or 2 cylinder. It's a 1-banger. It's a 1-cylinder. 12 horsepower, 1-cylinder Perryman. I'm sure you're very happy, Carl. Heck, I'm happy for you. Thank you, Mary. I am over the moon ecstatic about this. This was a huge relief off of me. And now, with this fixed, putting the mast on, going back to what I was saying before, okay, so I had to replace 2 gate valves, filters and fuel, and on the mast stick, I got to replace 2 halyard lines, and I have a functioning boat for $2,000, and I haven't spent $200, and 140 of that was a battery. I haven't spent $200 on the rest of the parts for the boat to get it going. I mean, now it's just cosmetics. Now it's just cleaning it up and painting it up and making it look good. I want to do a full oil change on it once I get the engine good and hot, which actually is right now. Without any water flowing, it warmed up pretty good. But once I get it cooling down with water, I want to run the engine for an hour or 2 and then do a full oil change. Get it good and viscous in there so I can get it done. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of looking over there. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the engine. So I'm sitting there staring over there at the engine, but oh man, what a huge relief, guys. What a huge relief. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. You know, okay, so the boats, the only thing really bad about the boat is the upholstery. Be honest with you, there's hardly anything. There's nothing in the way of black mold in here except what's on the upholstery. The upholstery in here is all dirty. Um, Maybe I should call an upholstery cleaning company and have them come clean the boat. Iron Jenny is nice to have. You got that right, Clint. Yep. And an Iron Jenny is kind of what it is. It's a single cylinder, you know, kite engine. You know, but it works. When I first started, apparently the shifting lever was in reverse and the boat started backing up. So I had to quickly get up on top and put it into neutral. And but then while I was up there, I went forward and reverse, and it shifted beautifully from forward and to reverse, and the boat moved forward, the boat moved back. So I don't know what more a fella can ask than that, you know. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. When I drove over to go get a gas can and some fuel, I was thirsty. The only thing they had was Diet Coke in plastic bottles. No water, no nothing. So I ended up having to buy one because I was just really thirsty. I did find the neatest thing. I bought this a long time ago. It's actually for my truck. But it's this neat little filter that's working perfectly on the boat. It's got a lid so it doesn't leak. It's got a valve you can open and close so you can have it flow or stop the flow. It's got an end on that end. That just comes back and sticks up through the handle. It's this neat little funnel. So even though there's oil in there now, like you can see there's oil around the lid, it's not getting out and leaking and making a mess. It's been sitting here on the table in the sun for a while now and nice and clean. I like that. I don't know where I got that from, but I like that. I've had it for a long time. Well, kids, how's that? Where's Miss Lily? Clint, she's in the car right now. She's in the truck. I got the windows down for her, but she's in the truck right now. Just because why? I don't know. Just because she is. I put her in the truck just to keep her contained for a little bit while I was doing this. But now, let's see, what do I got to do? I got to work on that valve. Let me work on that valve and see if I can clear it first. And if I can clear it, then I want to get it put back together again and see if we can get some flow through the motor. But I'm pretty sure that impeller's toast. I actually think it was stopping it because the belt on it was getting hot and not holding good tension. I also got to figure out how to tension the belt on that. Maybe I can adjust it a little bit. But the filter, the impeller situation is just really bizarre on it. It's like mounted on there backwards. So you've got to take a belt off, and then you got to drop an arm down, and then you got to unbolt that, and then you got to take the whole thing out to open it up to get the impeller out. So it's kind of a weird situation, but I'll figure it out. We'll get it unbolted and disassembled and back together. But that's it, guys. I mean, aside for a water flow issue, and not a water flow through the engine, but getting water to the engine, which is, you know, a gate valve and a piece of rubber hose, and the impeller, getting the impeller on the engine. That's it. So I've had to replace an impeller and 2 gate valves and put fresh fuel and oil in it. Piece of cake. Wow, awesome. I got a boat. Somebody commented on me. They wanted to hear me say that. They like me saying I got a boat with my laugh after it. I'm sorry. It's just my nature. I'm sorry if that's amusing or interesting or whatever, or if you want to pick on me because I do something like that. But, oh well, it's my nature. I am really happy and proud of myself for making the decision of GOYA. If you guys know what that means. I got off my butt and started to live my life. I got tired of trying to make things work. It's nice that your engine has never been in salt water. It hasn't been in salt water since it was rebuilt, but as I understand the history of this boat, it was sailed down the west coast, through the canal, through the Caribbean, and back up the east coast to here. He even said it winking around the house. He even said it winking around the house. Okay, well, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Oh, I think what you meant to say, Jahan, is I even say that while I'm walking around the house. Okay, yep. Draft, 5 foot. It's a 5-foot draft. Yep, walking the boat, water worthy to make it to the Bahamas now. There's one stay on one of the baby stays on the mast has one sprung wire. The rest of them are like in perfect shape, guys. The rest of them are, I mean, I looked at the rigging really solidly, and it's in really good shape. There's no wear and tear on it. In fact, I just so happen to have like the turnbuckles and stuff right with me, and everything's it's just in really good shape. There's no wear, there's no elongation in the holes, you know, like where these pins go through and stuff. Everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. None of these have any cracks or anything in them. The holes aren't boogered out. Everything's moving freely. So yeah, I think the rigging's in pretty good shape. I mean, I've got all the turnbuckles in here, and they all look to be in, I mean, you know, they're obviously worn. They're not new. I mean, this one's got a little corrosion on it, but it's not cracked. It's not dented. It's not dinged. There's, you know, when you look at the connections and stuff, there's no wallowed out holes or wear to them. So I used to race the 29 and is fast and points well. Perfect boat. I've been busy. I did not see you help me video soon enough for comments for you. No problem, man. No problem. So yeah, man. The rigging looks to be in pretty good shape. The motor runs. Yeah, these cows, any of these cows, these big heavy cows, they're awesome boats. I mean, they're nice. I mean, she's pretty beamy. She's got plenty of width in her. She's fast in the water and she's smooth. So to answer the question, is she ready for the Bahamas? I got to replace one of the baby stays. Other than that, I would say yes. Other than that, I would say yes. I think there are some things I need to work on, like I haven't found the water pump yet. Supposedly there's a pressurized water system. I haven't found the pump for the water system yet. I found the water tanks, but I don't know where the water pump is to pump the water from the water tanks to the 2 sinks, to the kitchen sink and the galley sink and the bathroom sink in the head. So I don't know. A hot water heater would be nice. Solar panels and a larger battery bank would be nice. Not necessary, but would be nice. Thanks, Gene. She lives. Yes, Austin. Yes, Lily 2 is alive. It is alive. She goes chugga, 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 chugga. I'm not going to restart it right now because I have a water flow issue. For those of you that just came in late, the valve, there's a gate valve on the line that feeds water into the engine. No, Mary, there's no hot water, just cold water. And I actually disconnected the rubber hose that feeds into the impeller. And I disconnected it and opened the valve and there's no water flowing through. So either that gate valve is broken or there's something inside the through hole that's blocking it. I'm going to try to see if I can't remove the hose completely and poke down through there and see if I can't open up. You know, maybe it's a wasp nest or who knows what's in there that's doing that. But I'm going to try to clean that out and see if I can get water flowing through it. I have to replace the impellers on the water, but I knew that and I ordered some. The guy had one here, but it had cracks on the fingers on it, so it's not going to go. Brr, cold showers. Yeah. No, Mary, actually, well, I don't have it right here handy. I got the neatest little deal that I set up, and I'm gonna plumb it from where the camp stove's gonna go back over into the head. There actually is no shower in this boat, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rig up a line from here that's gonna go up and over and drop into there. so that it'll work. And what you do is you simply put a pot of water on the stove to warm up, and then you drop this little battery operated pump down into the water, and then you've got a switch on the shower head so you can turn it on, and then it pumps the warm water to you. So you put a pot of water on the stove and you get it warm, and then you go jump in the shower and you can sit in there and shower with warm water. It's not, it's not hard to do. It's just you got to figure. It's like a camp shower thing. They also make all kinds of crazy camp shower things you can buy. Cabela's sells some really nice ones that I could actually plumb into the pressurized system, and it would use one of those 1 pound propane bottles to heat water. There's ways around it. You can figure it out. But for the most, when you're when you're out on the boat, the thing to do is just jump in the water and get wet, and then soap up and jump back in the water and rinse off. If it's fresh water like Lake Erie is up here, and the canal river I'm going to be in for the next couple months, it's all fresh water. So, just go for a swim and take a bar of soap with you. That's easy. Biggest bathtub in the world. Down in the Bahamas, a little freshwater rinse off is all you really need. So yeah. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to figure out and run some plumbing for a stern shower. I'd like to install a hot water heater. I'm not really sure where I would have room for it. There's not a lot of room on this boat, not being a 29-footer. And then, of course, the other question is, do I really want to put that much time, effort, and energy and do that kind of mods to this boat? Frankly, I'm hoping my channel blows up enough that I can afford to move up into something bigger and better and then sell this to somebody at a good deal, since I don't have a lot into it. Who knows? Too far in advance to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Way too far in advance. Right now, I got a boat. I bought a boat. I got a boat. I got a boat, and my boat floats, and my motor runs, and my rigging looks good, and I have new sails to put up on it. Life is good, guys. I even got a ST4000 autopilot. I mean, okay, what does it not have? Let's look at it that way. Let's take away from, instead of looking at all the positives, let's look at the negative stuff. What does it not have? It doesn't have really clean upholstery on it, so that's a negative. It doesn't have a hot water heater. It does not have air conditioning. It doesn't have a propane, gimbal. It doesn't have a gimbaled stove. A gimbaled stove would be nice, but there's no room for that. Just a thing. Seat covers. Yeah. I'm just gonna buy some like sheets or something and just wrap these cushions with some sheets for the time being. That'll be just fine. That's not a big deal. The foam inside feels really good. So, hibachi, electricity. It does have power. It does have a 30 amp shoreline service. What it does not have is a battery charger on it. It does not have a inverter for converting power for inside use. So you can only plug in 110. And the refrigeration, by the way, is just 110. So that's not good. But I'm going to fix all of that problem by simply putting a generator on the boat. I'm going to just keep a generator up in the cockpit. I was actually looking at one today, Champion brand at Farm and Fleet for $200, 1,875 watts. What about the head issue? Is it illegal for Great Lakes? No, it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. I spoke to some of the guys around here, and they thought, a bucket with bags where you're bagging it up, and every so often you're going to go ashore and dispose of it properly, some trash can or something. That they thought that was going to be absolutely fine, as long as I have some sort of a plan. So what they suggested is I actually write down, there's a little notepad up here behind my head. I actually have to write down in the notepad, this is my plan for refuse, and write it down. So if I get pulled over by the coasties and they come on, I say, hey, here's my written statement of my intent to go ashore and dispose of my human waste that way. Of course, it probably won't be just my human waste. It may be Miss Lily's too. I'm sure you have a plan, all right. Yep, yeah, we're all good. We're all good. It's not that big a deal. You know, some people have gotten on here and they're like, oh, you know, you're foolish, you're silly, you're stupid, you're delusional. That's their favorite word, delusional. Put blankets over stuff many times. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But you know, the thing of it is, guys, am I delusional? I mean, really? I'm on a working sailboat. I've got a 1974 Cal 229. How can we help? How can you help? That's a great idea. Send money. Send money. Jump on and become a patron. I have a Patreon account. Jump onto my Patreon account. You're a determined individual with a dream, and that's nothing wrong with that. That's right. There you go. I'm hoping you can raffle the boat off your 500,000 subscribers. That would be nice. Boat already looks fresher. Yeah, it feels fresher. I spent a lot of time yesterday with paper towels and Windex, guys. Paper towels, Windex, and bleach spray does wonders for the inside of a boat. It really does. I haven't cleaned the floor yet, but I brought a mop and some mop cleaner, and so I'm going to do that. A lot of people dream the reality you're living. You know, Casey, I've got a very good friend of mine named Bob Bitchin, and Bob always says, don't dream your life, live your dreams. So just get a couple more buckets with lids and keep them. There you go. I could do that. Just change them out, huh? Keep it off the side for a long time between shore stops. There you go. Yeah, I mean, Bob Bitchin's idea was don't dream your life away and live your dream. And this is something that I've wanted to do. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not my real dream. Okay, my real dream was not to be on a 1974 boat. It was not to be on a boat without a sugar scoop. It was, you know, but so it's not perfect. So you have workarounds. It doesn't have a sugar scoop. So I'm going to put this big ass honking dock ladder system on the back, which I'm going to order on Monday, and they're going to deliver it to the West Marine in Buffalo, New York. That's where I'm having it shipped to, because when I get across Lake Erie, that's the marina I'm going to go to. There's a marina there that I can stay at, and the West Marine is actually right on the grounds of the marina. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It is a good start. So I'm having the ladder shipped there, and then I'll install it there. They don't open the canal system until May 18th. So I've got 18 days to get across Lake Erie and to get my mast down and to mount the ladder on the back. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. It should only take me about 5 days to get across Lake Erie if I do about 50-mile jumps. And 50 miles is, you know, that's a long ways to go every day. And that's, you know, without any concerns about weather or any other issues. That's just getting on the boat and go, go, go. I may not do that. I'd like to spend an extra day in Cleveland, of all places, Cleveland, a mistake on the lake, just because I can anchor at the marina right next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Had enough working out the details for now. There you go, Shell. Yeah, so that might be fun to do. Hey, Sorrenti, how you doing, man? So yeah, it might be fun to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and check that out. I'm an old-time rocker. I used to be in a band. Used to sing stuff years ago. It might be fun to go there and you know, watch some of the stuff. So see the displays and what all they've got there. So I'd be interested in that. Do some walleye fishing. I mean, I'm right here at the best place in the world for walleye fishing, Lake Erie. I may just hang out a little bit and do some walleye fishing. In fact, I was playing yesterday. Where is it? There it is. I was playing yesterday, and I rigged up my ice fishing rod. How cute is that little dude, huh? That's all it is. That's the entire fishing rod. It's about 2 feet long. I got a little, what is this? A little Daiwa spinning reel on it. I loaded it up with some 8-pound test monofilament. I put an Erie Deary on. Oh, we're getting some wave action, man. So I'll rig this up with some live minnows and do a little walleye fishing while I'm crossing the lake. Why not? Actually, I kind of have to, because if I want to eat dinner, I'm going to need to catch some fish. But yeah, why not, man? I'll go fishing and catch me some wallies. Wallies are good eating, man. They're good to eat. Since I got here late, are you all moved on? I am. I have in my excursion right now is the rest of my belongings. That's all coming on board today. The boat's in the water. The boat floats and the engine starts. That's yesterday we got it in the water and floating. Today we got the engine started. I have a little plumbing work I have to do on the engine to get it perfect, but it runs, that was the concern, and so that's no longer a concern now. Now it's just putting a new impeller on it and replacing the gate valve going into it. And I'm hoping I can just clear the gate valve. I'm hoping we don't have to pull it back up again, because I hate to think what he's going to charge me for the lifting and in and out and in and out, because I'm going to have to pay for that. So, and that could be expensive. I don't want to waste another $150 just because I got to replace a $7 gate valve. So we'll see. We'll see. One of my friends suggested the easiest, cheapest way of doing it would be to go ahead and plumb another valve right on top of the gate valve, and then open that valve up, and then use a long drill bit and drill through the gate valve that's not working to let water flow through it. He said he's done that before, putting one valve on top of the other to get it working while he was out on the boat before. What? No scuba fixing it? Yeah, I don't know, Shell. I could go for a dive. It's 61 degrees outside. I imagine the water's probably a lot colder than that, but yeah, I could go for a polar bear plunge, jump in and see what's up. I do got to figure out a better kill switch for the engine, though. The kill switch next to the ignition switch does nothing. So the only way you can kill the engine is to actually come down and hit the throttle lever, which means disassembling the stairs and all that. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. Works, it's functional, but it's a pain in the butt. I'd like to be able to do it from the cockpit without having to come below. So, I don't know. Got some plumbing to do, guys, but that's the relief. The relief is, and the good news is, it works. It absolutely works. The engine works, the boat floats. Hey, I'm on a 29-foot boat for $2,000. Well, right now I'm at about $2,200. Am I? Am I even that much? No, I'm not even that much. 140 for the battery, 142 for the battery, and $7 for a gate valve so far. So I'm into it for 2,000 and $2,150. That's what I'm at. Maybe a paddle wheel like on the big Swan boats. Maybe a paddle wheel. What are you talking about, a paddle wheel? I'm not sure I understand that. Paddle wheel. I mean, I know what a paddle wheel, oh, purrs like a kitten. Yes, it does. It does. It purrs like a kitten. Well, it purrs like a kitten if a kitten goes ka-chunka, chunka, 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 chunka. Motor running great. My shower was a big flower watering can hanging from the boom. I heated it on the stove, then mixed it with cold. Well, that would work instead of engine. Okay. Hello, Jacob. Paddle wheel instead of an engine. Yeah, I could rig up some big paddle wheels on the side, you know. That would turn. Nah. She's fine just the way she is, man. She's fine just the way she is. I am a very happy and content little sailor man right now. I really am. I mean, I'm just kind of sitting here. What's this stream about exactly? Well, listen along and you'll find out. It's about the fact that I bought a sailboat that I'm living upon. Yeah, I'll just give you guys, for those of you new to the channel, because I'm sure there might be some other people that don't know this, armpits and undercarriage can be showered using a cheap pressure water bottle, hand pump pressure bottle. Yeah, I have a shower system, guys. Don't worry about it. I have a shower system all organized, so it won't be a problem. What this channel is about, for those of you guys that don't know, is I'm an old codger that's just bought a sailboat that I'm intending on sailing around the world in. It is a 1974 Cal 29-foot sailboat. Whoop, sorry about it. I just noticed a spill on the table I was cleaning up. It's a 1974 Cal sailboat, and I just bought it, and yesterday it went in the water for the first time, so we make sure everything working and that it floats, and today we got the engine started for the first time. And the next big step is on Monday or Tuesday, we're going to put the mast and the rigging and the sails up. And I believe we have all the parts and components to do that. So after that, I'm going to head out of here and sail across Lake Erie and down the Erie Canal to Albany, New York, Troy, Albany, New York, under the Hudson River, and down the Hudson River to New York City. How many crab pots do you haul per hour? 1. Glad to hear things are doing well so far. Didn't I hear you say the engine started? Yes, Chief has been. The engine runs. Ka-chunka, chunka, 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 chunka. It's about what it sounds like. Thank you for explaining. No problem, Jacob. No problem at all, man. This is my life. This is an exciting thing. This is what I'm doing now. I'm going to live on my sailboat and create copy for everybody to baby wipes go away. Go a long way. Baby wipes go. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, just go to do a little cleanup with some baby wipes. You could do that. Actually, I found some wipes particularly useful when I was down in the Caribbean, because you get hot and sweaty down there and stuff, and so bacteria tries to run wild. So I know this may sound gross, guys, but my armpits got inflamed, and those baby wipes did wonders. Dyson DC07. I have no idea what that is. No idea. I'm getting hoarse, guys. I need a drink. I'm out of Diet Coke. I can't believe I bought a Diet Coke. I got nothing on here to drink right now. Do I? No, everything's in the truck. Gonna have to go to the truck, get something to drink. I need a beer. I should be celebrating. I need a beer. I don't have any beer. I should go to the store and buy some beer. I can't afford any beer right now, but that's all right. That's all right. All in good time, man. All in good time. So, yeah, so that's the news. It is news across the nation. Old Grandpa's $2,000 boat floats and the engine runs. I bought a boat. And my boat floats. I bought a boat and my engine runs. I bought a boat and the sail rigging should be fine. So why not? I mean, come on, guys. $2,000 and I'm on a boat and going. So you're going to Florida for the winters. I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of different people over the last couple of days and suggestions and thoughts about stuff. And I'm not saying this as in any means whatsoever to brag or to count my chickens before they hatch or what have you. What I'm being told by a lot of folks is they anticipate my channel is going to blow up. Now that I'm actually out doing it, actually out sailing. And so I'm hoping that by winter time, my YouTube channel and my Patreon account and what have you is generating sufficient revenue for me to continue. I'm kind of a real low budget guy and I have no problem fishing for dinner. So my operating budget is all of about $833 a month. Well, it's going to go up a little bit because I have to pay for some more Wi-Fi and I have to renew my subscription to Adobe for my video editing, and that's got to go in there. And I need to work on my website. There's something I should bring up to you guys. I used to be computer literate. In fact, I went to college for a little while and I studied computer sciences. I could program in COBOL and Fortran, back in the day when we punched holes through paper to do programming. How's that for showing my age? I need more than 2 beers. But I still have to drive back down to Lancaster, so I can't drink today. I got a website, carlbrook.com, and I was going to set it up for all my real estate stuff. But right now I'm thinking I want to set it up for my YouTube channel. And I need somebody out there that has that skill set that could help me out with that. So if somebody out there has got the skill set and can help me out with that kind of stuff, help me put together a channel. It doesn't have to be much. You know, I'd kind of like to have one of those tracker things on there maybe and get that set up. And that is where I started back in the punch card world. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I have no idea what that says, guy. It looks like Arabic or possibly Farsi. I don't speak Arabic. Well, speak a few little words, Arabic, but not anything I want to say in public. I know how to curse people in Arabic. That's about it. Are you hiring for help with the website? Well, I was kind of hoping somebody would jump in and just help me out. I don't have the funds right now to do a whole lot. I was actually thinking about maybe getting on Fiverr because there's a lot of people in there that'll jump on. I don't have much money initially to get something started. If somebody wanted to work with me, something, I'd be happy to work something out. But Freddy says, I do web development for a living. So if you have any questions, I am here to help. Well, I have not a clue what I'm doing. I set the thing up and I can't even figure out how to get my email working properly. So, I don't know. PM me, Sorrenti, and we can talk, or if there's anybody else out there that does that kind of stuff. I need to have somebody kind of help me get a website off the ground. I'd like to be able to vlog to it. I'd like to be able to have it for putting some merch and stuff together on it. A tracker, and just some place where I can, you know, post informational kind of stuff for those people that want to follow along. I'll upload my videos to it and stuff, maybe. I don't know. Seems kind of redundant to upload videos to that when I'm already uploading videos onto my YouTube channel. I don't know why I would need both. I'm sort of vacillating because I'm really not even sure I need a website anymore. I mean, does anybody really go to websites anymore? So I don't know. I don't know. One of my viewers suggested that I put on there a wish list of things that I need along the way, or, you know, things that I'm planning on doing for those people that want to help out. Because there's some awesome folks out there that really like to jump on and help people out. I mean, there's a fella sending me a brand new camp stove for my boat so I can cook. I didn't ask him to. He just decided, you know, that was something he wanted to do. So, awesome. Should be here next day or two. It's coming in the mail. Crazy. He actually sent me that valve. Oh, wrong drawer. Yeah, he sent me this valve. This is what arrived at the marina yesterday. This little valve. Any of you guys know what that does? It's pretty interesting. You connect this to a 20-pound bottle on this side, and then you thread in those little Coleman 1-pound bottles that you hook up to your camp stoves or to your heater or to the gas grills going on the back of the boat. By the way, that comes with the boat, brand new gas grill. Anyhow, what this lets you do is lets you refill the 1-pound bottles from the 20. I translated a Karsheen statement. It does not make sense. Okay. Well, there's a lot of things that I say don't make sense too. So, such is life. Maybe he'll use a translator to post on here next time so we could all understand it. But there's a lot of stuff we don't have sense. And anytime you go through translation, you know, what's the old saying? You lose a lot in translation. Well, you just lose a lot. Oh, there's something I wanted to mention to everybody. Now that I'm closing this up. Oh, I advise using Wix.com and using a pre-made template. Your position costs about $5 a month because asking someone to make a website for me to scratch for no money is asking a lot. Good to know. Okay. Anyhow, I went to go buy some fishing line so I could put that line on that reel. And I've heard many good things about that site. Wix, okay, I'll check that out. Anyhow, so I went to go get some fishing line at Walmart. And I could buy these little spools of Stren, or, you know, the premium brand fishing lines. And they were like $6 or $8, which is pretty good, cool. And then I saw this there, Eagle Claw Premier line, 8-pound test. I don't know if you guys can read it. Is that just me, or does that look like it's backwards on there? Anyhow, Eagle Claw Premium Fishing Line. This is 1,600 yards of fishing line. And I paid $1.79 for it. A whole $1.79. and really stocked up with a bunch of 8-pound. So I'm good with 8-pound tests for a while. I was surprised they had 8-pound tests, and then they had 60 and 80-pound tests. They didn't have anything else really in between. So I might pick up a couple bulk spools of some of the other stuff so I can change the line out on some of my reels. Oh, okay. Getting messages from people while I'm in the midst of my stream. That's weird. Anyhow, guys, I think that's about it. I need to go get something to drink, and I need to work on this gate valve. I need to unload the rest of my stuff onto the boat. Tomorrow, the guy is picking up my truck, so I will be vehicle-less tomorrow. And then tomorrow, my son and them are driving me back up here. So tomorrow night will be my first night sleeping on the boat. Rum is always good. Jeff, rum might be a good idea. Maybe I'll pick up a bottle of rum and some beer to have on the boat tomorrow night after my son leaves. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow night after my son leaves. You got to pay the rent, so happy for you, Carl. See you soon, Don. No problem, man, Don. Take care, buddy. I should do that. I should have a party tomorrow. Use 10 pounds braided. It's about 2-pound mono equivalent. Yeah, but it's a whole lot more expensive. I mean, I paid $1.79 for 1,600 yards of line. $1.79. Maybe they were just overstocked and were dumping the line. I don't know, but I thought that was a pretty good price. That's enough 8-pound. I don't use a lot of 8-pound tests, line stuff, that light stuff. I just put it on that little rod, in case you didn't see that. I just put it on this little rod. This is actually an ice fishing rod that I had up in Alaska. You put this in a little mount, and for fishing over a hole in the ice. But I hooked up an Erie to it, and I'm going to try to catch some walleye with it. I think it would be fun. But it's a little medium action. I looked on it. They said 4 to 8-pound test, so you can catch perch with that. Yeah, this would be a ball. Frankly, something like perch would be just an absolute ball with that. Walleye will snap that rod. Oh, a big walleye would. You'd be surprised, Jeff. They ice fish with this, and they use it for like pike and stuff. This thing will take quite a load, actually. So it's a pretty stout little rod for its size. So I left my iPad going, and I'm getting all kinds of comments on here. Let me shut that down. All right, sorry about that. Don't want to run the battery down because right now I have no way of charging on the boat. This month's Sailing Magazine has an article about the simple way, least expensive, of fishing off of a boat. You don't need expensive equipment. Less wasted in the water and all is all, just my opinion is all. Less wasted in the water. Oh, I see, okay. I missed the start, so I assume the engine runs okay. Alan B., she purrs like a kitten. She purrs like a kitten. She fired right up. Still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. I haven't died yet. From Michigan originally, I fished the Great Lake Light. Hey, cool. Yeah, I was just telling everybody. Well, let me just sum it up because I am getting ready to go ahead and shut down this live stream. I've got to work on the water supply to the engine. The engine starts. It runs, purrs like a kitten. It took a little chugga to get it started. It did get fired up. I added some oil. I added fuel. There are a few things I have to work on. One of which is going to be a bitch to do. But the on-off valve, the fuel shut-off valve on the fuel tank is not turning. So I may have to get up in there, and there's really no access to that at all. I'm going to have to figure out a way of doing some boat yoga and get myself back up in there so I can disconnect that and then put in a new one. And of course, I'll get diesel fuel all over the place. That's going to be a mess. But I need to replace that eventually, not immediately. So I have a cutoff for the fuel valve. But that was it. Now the only problem with the engine is that the impeller is shot on it, and the through hole is not feeding water to the engine. So the engine got pretty warm pretty quick. So I'm working on that. I have impellers on order, but they won't be here for a few days. So I'm gonna have to disassemble all that and get that apart. I'll have to get online and learn about it. Yeah, Poppy D, I can actually see Cedar Point from here. If I stuck my head up through the hatch and looked, it's over that way about a half a mile or so. Did the engine burn out? No, no, not at all. The engine works fine. I had to shut it down. I jumped down and grabbed the throttle connection and turned it all the way tight till it shut down and the engine just shut off. There's a kill button. There's a little pull switch next to the ignition key. When you turn the key to start it, there's a little pull switch that's supposed to be connected to that. That's supposed to kill the engine. And I went and pulled it. Nothing happened. I went around underneath here and looked up through the access panel. It's not even connected to anything. So there's some plumbing and mechanics and hooking stuff back up properly that I got to fiddle fart around with. But that's all fiddle fart stuff. That's nothing that needs to be done. I can operate the boat the way it is right now. Well, after I fix the plumbing. But guys, the boat floats and the engine runs. I bought a boat for $2,000. I've got a boat with a working galley. It doesn't have a working head, but that's okay. I'm going to take care of that. I've got wheel steering with autopilot, with tiller pilot, or not tiller pilot, a autopilot on it. I mean, it's just perfect. Hey, if it's dry inside, it's hard to beat. Actually, Jeff, the other day when I was moving a lot of stuff on board and working on it, it was raining pretty good outside, and it was really clean in here. Did the boat cost 2,000 pounds? The boat cost $2,000, US dollars. 2,000 US dollars. And so far, I've invested about $150 into it. And oil filter. The biggest part of that was buying a new start battery for it. I still have to buy a house battery. I'm gonna buy a house battery for it, but a start battery. Yeah, and the guy's charging me $50 to put the mast up. So, hell of a deal, hell of a deal, and a hell of enough deal that it's funded me. It's allowed me to now have a complete change in life. How do you use a computer navigation system? Well, that's easy. It's called Navionics, and it goes on my iPad. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. It's, I think, $50 to subscribe to Navionics for the year, and it goes right on my iPad. It also goes on my iPhone, which is what I'm filming this with. So, yeah, piece of cake. And I can set it up like on my iPhone like it is right now. Let me see if I can reflect enough in here if you can see that. Anyhow, I don't think so. This is sitting on a little tripod. I don't know if you can see that in the reflection. See the little 3 legs there? I've got my phone sitting on a little tripod. I could set this up in the cockpit and be looking at my phone for Navionics and chart with it. It's just a little screen, but it's all I need. Actually, the boat comes with a GPS system and a depth finder head and a VHF that's all wired and set up. The fuel tank is 20 gallons. It's a 20-gallon diesel tank, and I have 40 gallons of fresh water on board. That's the tankage sizes. And so far, I've bought one 5-gallon gas can. How much did the tripod cost? Ooh, I don't know. It's a Joby, Joby. It's a Joby tripod with a kind of a fluid ball head on top. It's really nice. I don't remember how much it cost. I've had it now for a couple of years. I bought it a few years ago. I don't remember what it cost. Sorry. You can look it up. Joby. It's got the legs that are just like a whole bunch of balls that well, hold on a minute. Here, I'll show it to you. Let me unclip you out of there. There's my tripod. See, and it's Joby. It's got a little ball fluid head that mounts on the top, and it's got a little clip that the phone goes into just like that, and there you are. I have you sitting on a tripod all nice and steady while I'm sitting here on my boat. So, oh, I'm dry. I could really use the beer. I should have brought some with me. Actually, I think I have one warm beer somewhere in here. I don't know where it is, but I think I think there's one warm beer on the boat. I could tie a string around that and drop it into the lake. The lake would cool it off sufficiently. Or I could just open it and do the British thing, right? I guess 20 gallons of diesel fuel will last you about 100 hours or maybe more. You know, it's going to be interesting to find out because I do have the sails to work, but I think I have a tripod similar to yours. Okay. I don't know how fuel efficient it's going to be. Hey, Barry. Great news about the motor, man. Happy days. You got that right, man. Happy days is right. This little one cylinder does not burn a lot of fuel. The guy that's selling me the boat, of course, he's selling me the boat, says it burns less than a half a gallon an hour. So if I decided, as an example, to motor across Lake Erie, that would be 5 10-hour days of motoring is the way I look at it. Well, 1 or 2 10-hour days and the rest 8-hour days of motoring. And in that time, I would probably burn up, 5 gallons for the first 2 days and 4 gallons for the next 3 days each. So 10, maybe 20 gallons. Yeah, maybe in 5 days, I would burn through 20 gallons of fuel. In 5 days of solid motoring. That's pretty darn good, you know. Considering how much driving I've had to do this last week back and forth between where I live 140 miles from the boat, okay? So every day I'm doing 140 miles and then back, so 280-mile round trip every day to get up here to work on the boat. So I'm burning more fuel at 15 miles to the gallon. I'm burning almost 20 gallons of fuel a day just coming and going. And so the amount of fuel I'm burning coming and going, I could run this boat for 5 solid days and not burn what my excursion burns in a day. And considering it's a sailboat and there's a nice breeze blowing, I'm going to pull up those white, sheety looking things that's connected to the ropes, pull that up and just let the wind blow me, Navionics or phone works great. Half gallon an hour would be pretty good. Yeah, and I'll get an idea, after a first. You guys will find out. Once I'm out motoring and doing stuff, I'll keep you apprised of it. I'm rigging up a dipstick for the gas can, for the fuel tank, so I can, drop a wood stick in there with some notches on it and see where it gets wet to, and I'll have a pretty good idea of what my fuel consumption is. See how low it gets on the stick. I don't know. I think I can stick it down in there and get a pretty good idea as to how deep the tank is, and then just divide that into 20 lines, depending on where it is on what line. I'll know how many gallons of fuel I burned. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple. You just got to think it out. Oh man, so I better get to my plumbing, guys. I got to work on this gate valve and get this figured out, so I'm going to go ahead and get to that. What type of boat was the one you talked about 5 minutes ago? What kind of boat was the boat I was talking about 5 minutes ago? I don't know what boat I was talking about 5 minutes ago. I guess we're talking about the boat that I'm on, and that's a 1974 Cal 229. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to go to the plumbing. I'm going to end this here and get to work. We'll have more for you later. Please do like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon page. Join and become a Patreon. If you want to help out and donate to the cause, you can go to paypal.me/carlbrook, and that would work. So, just a comment there. Good luck. I'm off back out to the yard to cut down stuff and pull weeds. Oh, Alan, I feel for you, buddy. I feel for you. So yeah, please do like and subscribe. If you really want to help out, share these videos with your friends and family. That would help build the channel. So I'll see y'all later. Be good and be careful, guys. And if you would, please take good care of one another. Thanks, man. Bye.